Here we are, game 1 of our Swiss stage games, 1-0 round. ARIS in green in the northern spawn here on hotspot, going to be running Bungo, Willem de Eerst, Moscow, Marseille, Napoli, Utrecht, Summers, Stalingrad, Ragnar. Meanwhile, in red in the southern spawn, VRTUS is going to be running Bungo, Sibir, San Martin, Worcester, Petro, Summers, Daring, Gdansk.
Stations.
Let's go look at some build. Mokba is going to be running Legendary Module, Top Gear Gunner. We have the Ragnar with RPF. Smoland here. RPF, Superintendent. Summers, Swift and Silence, RPF. Utrecht looks funny. Hang on. Marseille, Top Gear Gunner, Superintendent. Napoli, secondaries in slot 3, Rito in slot 6. Willem de Eerst with the airstrike mode in slot 4. Bungo, heavy AP. Utrecht, heavy HE, and demolition expert, plus airstrike mode in slot 4. And then we've got Moskva, yeah. Alright, green team, red team, sorry. Let's go look. I think my fog transparency is off. Yeah, I think my fog track. Hang on a second. There we go. Daring, Summers, San Martin, Gdansk, Bungo, no heavy AP. Siba, Petro, and Worcester. Worcester, the legendary module. Alright, deployments. So, over to the home caps. We got Moskva, Summers, Utrecht heading this way, Bungo and support, Ragnar for the early contest at C, Willem, Napoli, Marseille, all going deep over at D. Looks like they're going to be heavy pushing. Smiling with the early contest. Red team, Summers, Worcester, Smoke Radar combination. We're going to have Petro and support along with second Petro and Sibir. Daring with the contest at C, Bungo, support shots, look for these two on the push. Got San Martin pre-kiting, Gdansk pre-kiting. And they're all going to watch as this is going to be explosive over at D cap, I think. Gdansk takes a torpedo from Smoland. Town top's looking pretty nasty too, though. Yeah, finds a nice little gap. Daring got caught by the radar of the Ragnar, took a bit of damage there. Home cap's being flipped. Daring recontesting B now. And it looks like we're going to settle early on 2 caps to 2. With a slight point advantage in favour of ARIS for now. Well, Petro's lost most of his health here. Smoke being laid down. Moscow radar comes out. Will not be spotting the smoke screen, but he will be respotting the Petropavlovsk, so they'll be able to get more airstrikes down for the Utrecht on them, start burning them down a little bit more. Bongo shouldn't have salvos anymore, neither should anyone from that side of the map, so the Petro should be fine for now, apart from the Utrecht airstrikes. Which, you know, are still raining in on him. Actually, Ragnar's managed to find a nice little angle, has he? Can he actually lob this? I think the island's too steep. Yeah, the island might be just a bit too steep. Willem de Urs made his play through the channel. Could be finding the bongo in his face. As the Marseille takes out the Gdansk over here. That's going to get the San Martin, like, ran down by Marseille, Napoli, and Småland. Siba going to be turbo focused by all of this stuff over here. But with the death of that Gdansk over here, ARIS are allowed to push up quite happily now towards the center of the map. Start wresting control over Charlie. Napoli left kind of on his own in this 2v1 though. You don't really want to be stuck pushing alone with San Martin. Well, never mind, there goes Bongo. That's going to be a big advantage for ARIS now. Forcing VRTUS back. Radar comes out for the Småland, spots the Darings, he tries to smoke up. Willem de Urs now, which is going to have a free route to go over the top of C, maybe just rest himself into the middle of it. Contest, the only thing stopping him is going to be the Petro, and he can at least block that for a while. And start airstriking the crap and just AP overmatching the top half of his bow. This Petro is still suffering at the hands of airstrikes from the Utrecht. We also got some torpedoes coming in towards the Siva too. Siva taking what? 1, 2, 3, 4 torps there? Oof, big. Big damage on the Siva. VRTUS losing ships on all sides of the map here. Petro about to go down. Siva about to go down. Three ships now down for VRTUS. Daring super low. Sam Martin forced to kite to the border. 1 minute left on the clock. Petro is still super low. They're trying to farm out this Moskva, but me. Ragnar went and capped C. Wilm to Erst. Running towards the bow of this Petro. And VRTUS look like they're about to take a stomp. Bungo salvos looking for pot shots on the back end of that Petro. Takes him out. And with that, ARIS will take game 1. Of course, it is best of 3. Let me quickly have a look at what's going on with the rest of the Swiss stage, because let's take a look at what's been going on. Just because we've got a little bit of time to think. Not very much, but some time to think. Interact. I need to update this to the actual. All right, hang on. I can't. I need to actually go to. I need to change some things. Never mind. I can't do this right now. God damn it. Alright, best 3 team while I go try and find the tournament link. There we go. We have 2 groups in the Swiss. You need to win 3 games, I think, to advance. I think. To advance to the playoffs. Yeah, it's quite complicated. Man, I am so awake. Anyway, map 2, what are you going to be? You're going to be north. Hey, have a map video.
The rocky shores of the North Sea comprise the setting for a titanic clash of enemy fleets. These tall evergreens and mossy rocks will soon bear witness to the deafening sounds of battle as 2 teams vie for dominance of the ocean. This is North. North is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 5 cap points running from west to east. The A and B cap are on the left, C is in the center, D is located on the 7-8 line, and E is on the right. In this new variant, the spawn points for the teams have been moved from a central position to a north and southeastern position on the map. Cap A and B on the left are the most open and accessible on the board, although located the furthest away from the spawns. There are plenty of ways in and out for destroyers, and there aren't many places for radar cruisers to hide nearby. As the smallest capture area on the board, the most common access to Cap C comes from due north or south, but there is a small access via a channel between the islands on the eastern edge. Radar cruisers can sit on the islands to the north or south of the cap and deny the claiming of this cap until the mid to late game. Cap D provides a challenge for both teams. The islands around the capture point allow cruisers to sit on nearby islands with relative safety, and will likely require teams to position ships to the far east or to push down the channel between the C and D caps to dislodge ships stationed on the islands surrounding D. In this iteration, further to the east, Cap E is shifted to the edge of the map, featuring multiple islands that provide cover. Typically, teams can be seen pushing battleships or cruisers up the line to try to claim domination over the cap. However, the many islands within the E cap provide plenty of cover for cruisers to sit inside of the cap and become an anchor point for both teams. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play North.
Alright, as you can see... Oh, hang on. Oh, it's not in the training room yet. Let's go back to the training room. There we go. All teams are all readied up. Apparently they've been asking if we're ready as well. Like, stop asking the streamers if we're ready. We're always ready. We're always just trying to fill time. We're dropping game number 2. Eventually. Alright. Oh, I need to change the other way around. There we go. Right, game number 2. ARIS in green. In the northern spawn, going to be running Siba, Petro, Marseille, Napoli, Cassard, Smaller. Meanwhile, in red, in the spawn, VRTUS. Going to be running Bungo, Wilm de Erst, Worcester, Petro, Prince van Orange, Summers, Daring, and Gdansk. Let's take a look at some builds. Alright, Smalland, RPF, Superintendent, Cassard, RPF, Torpedo Reload, Torpedoes in slot 6 and 3. We've got Marseille, Top Grade Gunner, Superintendent, Napoli, Secondary slot 3, Outnumbered, RPF, Reload slot 6, no Survivability Expert, no Superintendent, Marseille, second Marseille, or third Marseille, or whatever it is, Petro, Sibia. Next up, let's go take a look at the red team. Daring, Summers, Gustav the Legendary Module, Demolition Expert, Bungo, Leg Mod Petropavlos with Heavy AP, Leg Mod Petro with Top Grade Gunner, Gdansk with AFT, RPF, Superintendent, Prince on Orange taking Airstrike Mod slot 4 plus the Airstrike Reload in 2 and in Commander Skills tier 2 and 4. And then we got the Wilm de Erst, Airstrike Mod, and stuff. Alright, cool. Initial deployments. Napoli being solo over here. Smalland gonna look for a radar denial for here briefly, but he's not gonna stick around too long. Can't contest this against whatever. We have a Sibber in support. Petro's going for the Danger Island. And we have the triple Marseille push down here. Plus the Sibber. With the Cassard as their front line. Summers, Worcester gonna be able to smoke radar combo up there. Bungo in support. Daring here. Petro in support for the radar control. This Petro is gonna be reversing into position just to deny this for as long as possible. Then we have a Gdansk, Prince on Orange, and Willem airstrike spamming over here. Early radars are out. Just a little bit of intel. Gdansk does not pick up the Cassard. cool. Jack, body warmer. There we go. That should warm me up a little bit. It's freezing cold today. The dance grader comes out, spots the stuff on the 910 line here. Marcia, see about all pushing down, along with the Cassard. They are going to be able to take E. Got a lot of damage onto this Prince on Orange who's trying to run away. Being focused by 5 ships though. In the meantime, there's a Sibba walking down the channel here. Will be spotted by Petro's Hydro. As the Daring and Petro got a ton of damage on the Smiland up there. Big chunk on the Marseille. Another big chunk on the Marseille. Oof. He suffered there. Three caps to 2 for ARIS right now. Siba's like made the jump. I'm not sure where he's going, but he's definitely gone. However, it looks like VRTUS have managed to push up and take the home cap. Now just going to be farming away at this Napoli with a smoked up Worcester. So 3 caps to 2 in favour of VRTUS right now. But Ortus have very aggressive positions with their Siva, etc. after pushing through there. Marseille is still caught up on that island, has to stop as the rest of the Marseilles are pushing forward. Double Siva now raining down at the back end of this Petropavlos. Not getting too much damage though. But as we see, like Prince on Orange, Willem, and Gdansk just forced down into the rhubarb square. Looks like ARIS should have a bunch of kills to pick up in this corner. I don't see any way out for these 4 ships here. Meanwhile, looks like the Bungo has found a nice little angle on the Marseille, who's decided to leave his island, and, well, he's going to get slapped for it. I'm not sure why he left his island there, he was nice and safe. But we see Prince on Orange goes down in the corner. We see Willem de Eerst is stuck literally in the corner of the map with nowhere else to go. He lives here now until he dies here. Marseille finally gets dark again. That's going to be a question of how many points can ARIS pick up from these 4 ships in the corner here. Petro's about to go down here, down to 23 health. He goes down. We still have the pickup of the Willem de Eerst. Smiland getting chased down by Worcester. Willem goes down too. That is going to put ARIS in the lead briefly. It depends on how much pressure this Worcester can exert down upon this Smiland here other than get that kill. He isn't currently broadside this Napoli while he does this though. First, losing those 3 ships in the corner there, it's a massive amount of points that swung over. Smiland does get out of the Worcester's radar. There's still some blind fire shells coming in. Does actually take him down. That puts VRTUS back in the lead by 9 seconds-ish. Or maybe about 15 seconds. Depending on when you look at score timer. So now ARIS have a bit of a problem. All of their ships are in the bottom right hand corner of the map, and they need to start exerting some pressure towards either a kill or a cap. They have 4 minutes to do it. And they are currently going to be doing it with their Napoli. However, the Napoli is going to have to dodge Summer's torps and Worcester farming. So he's blocking for now.
The enemy is about to win.
Napoli's still sitting blocking. We have a bit of a weird position for this Petro, with Petro to his front. Oh, never mind. Daring goes down to Sibba salvo. That's going to put ARIS a big chunk further ahead, as the Napoli is forced out of the A cap by the Summers and Worcester.
The enemy is about to win.
Now it's all about whether this Gdansk can land straight torps on somebody, honestly. But as you can see, that Ice-T is currently hydring. The Bungo is looking to chip down this Sibba. This Sibba was potentially a kill. He's down to 8,000 health, but the Gdansk is super low. Does not have a smoke available. He's being chased down by double Marseille Cassard. Look at the amount of damage coming in, and he just gets absolutely removed from the map. Bungo tries again, doesn't quite take him down. There's another salvo coming in. This should take down the Sibba, but is that going to be enough to swing points? I don't think it is. Takes him down. ARIS is Napoli being forced back still. He's going to have to turn around and push in. Marseille picks up the Petropavlovsk in the gap there as we switch over here, and this is looking like this game might be over. 30 seconds remaining. ARIS is Napoli about to take a Summer's top. No, he stops and dodges it, but this is over. This is over. You have 3 ships remaining. Bungo looking to try and pick up something. Marseille goes dark. This Marseille's on full health. This Cassard's unspotted. Everything else is fine. And ARIS taking a 2-0 series. We'll go sign in game 3, I guess.